Twitch CEO Dan Clancy responds to Morgpie having a human slave on stream. He said, and I quote, "It doesn't violate our TOS and she wasn't viewbotting. As far as I'm concerned, this also appears to be consensual. I admire the innovation streamers bring to the platform." And this is the CEO, the Gooner, Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy, and this is Morgpie. And here's the clip of her having some kind of human slave on stream. Kind of weird.
Place.
Apparently he doesn't have a problem with this.
Good.
I mean, like, I just gotta pause right here and just say how far Twitch has fallen from what it used to be. It used to be a platform for gamers, people to chill and relax and just watch their favorite creator chill and like play video games and, you know, donate and chat with other community members. And now we literally have human like BDSM. What is this? What do you call this? BDSM, fetishized human slave kink type content? If this, I just gotta say, if the roles were reversed and this were a male with a woman popping out like this, bro, immediately termination, immediate ban for life, like indefinitely. Not even indefinitely, permanently, bro. How does anyone get away with this? Like, what is this? Is she giving him a snack? Dude, Twitch actually allows people to have fetishized, what is this, BDSM content? That's what you call it? BDSM content. I just want to make sure I'm getting, the terms right. BDSM, all right? Shit, man. Yeah, I don't think I can show this on YouTube. Let's just call it the plastic kink, right? The kink where you have skin tight plastic things on your body, all right? However, before we go any further, I need everyone to pay close attention. Now, recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. And they knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body image issues, but did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. And the recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those decisions. So if you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious mental health struggles, you should hear this, because now Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm that they caused. And now you can click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case, and you might be entitled to compensation. And with that said, let's get right back to the video. Again, here's the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy. Here's Morgpie. And people are now saying a VTuber was banned last week for having exposed hips on her model, while this is allowed. Other people are saying if this were the reverse and a guy had sex slave on his stream on an underage platform, humiliating her and feeding her dog treats, he would get permabanned. There'd be an investigation, people would demand prison, and the entire internet would want him hung from the neck. Well, guys, we all understand the double standards. Like, this is nothing new, bro. Like, I don't feel like this needs to be said. Clearly women, female streamers have been able to get away with a lot of different things. Male streamers have not been able to get away with. That's just the dynamics, you know, of the situation of society. And the Twitch CEO himself being a major gooner. Like, is anybody shocked? Someone said, why doesn't the Twitch CEO do something about this? Who do you think is in the suit? Who do we think is in the suit, guys? Who do you think in the suit? I don't know, man. This is crazy. Another person said, honestly, permanently ban her. Permanently ban the hot tubs category. Permanently ban every creator who funnels their audience to Fansly and OnlyFans. And while we're at it, ban Hassan too. I'm sick of this shit. Get this shit off of Twitch. Have some goddamn decency. Man, a lot of people are upset about this, obviously, rightfully so, because it's just like, bro, this is literally a gaming platform and I'm tired of acting like it's not. Like, sure, IRL streams are cool. Like, I literally saw the slow progression of just gamers dominating the platform, Fortnite, Overwatch, and everything else, like H1Z1, to then live streaming IRL content with people like Ice Poseidon going outside, actually touching grass and interacting with the real world, to then now just hot tub streams. I remember when the category came out, hot tub streams, and I was just like, what the f is this content? Why do we have big boobed titty bitches in hot tubs just like collecting donos by gooners on the platform who should be watching people gaming instead of actually, you know, collectively touching themselves while in a stream full of thousands of other men? Like, is that not sus behavior? Another person said, just want to say that if Morgpie was a guy having a female sex slave on stream, not only would he get permabanned, but people would be calling him a degenerate pervert who should go to jail. Absolutely. Full-blown investigation, hard drive check. I mean, career would just be completely like, all the slurs, all the terms, all the isms would be hurled at him, bro. And rightfully so, because listen, why are you doing this on? Nobody wants to see your kinks in public. Genuinely speaking, I'm gonna make it a priority of myself, like, to actually, I can't say the B word, word, you know, because YouTube's platform. Oh my God, yeah, soft ass website. But you know, I'm gonna make it a priority to denounce this type of behavior, to shame people who come out in public, online, outside, doing this type of shit. Like, nobody wants to see this shit. Keep your kinks inside, you degenerate. A commenter said, innovation shows big titties and sex slave. How effing dumb is this Twitch CEO? Yeah, he literally said innovation. Innovate? Did he really say this? I gotta ask Grok now. Let me ask Grok. Grok, is this true? Rock, is this true? What does Grok say? Thinking about your request, blah, 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 doing his little computer magic, and it's gonna come back. Partially true, but the specific Dan Clancy quote is likely fake or unverified. Pork Pie did stream pet play. Whoa, they're calling it pet play. Human slave play, role play content. A clip went viral, blah, blah, blah. GIMP style suit, we already saw it. But as far as the Clancy quote, he said, it doesn't violate our TOS. I admire the innovation streamers bring to the platform, was the original quote. Circulating widely, but has no verifiable source. No clip, interview, tweet from DJ Clancy. So here's his handle right there. And multiple users have pointed this out, noting it appears to be made up or satirical, an exaggeration for the meme. Okay. So there's no proof that he actually said this. They do say that Twitch's actual rules generally prohibit sexually explicit or fetishized content that could be seen as erotic, but clearly she's getting a pass for this. And as for the Twitch CEO, I mean, good God, has he not said anything about this recently? Nothing. He's not made a tweet since last year. Another person said, I've been banned for everything under the sun for a decade, but SEX slaves is cool? Aight, son. I mean, this is the world we live in. Again, let's take a look at this clip, bro. Like, actually, what's going on here?
Place.
And she's likely making thousands per day off of this shit.
Good.
I want to see the chat. Someone says recovering from blah, blah, blah. How about stitches? How bad are they if you have any? What is the all right, so this is the reactions for people. Someone said, what the frick is that?
Okay, where were
the
we?
F? Yeah. So even her chat was caught off guard. Yeah, man, this has to, if I'm like, honestly, obviously the Twitch CEO is a gooner himself. Otherwise, immediately banned. Bro, the Twitch CEO wouldn't even have to see this for her to be banned. It would literally just be admins on the website, the mods, the bans, like the moderators, the people, the managers of this website. They know this. They've seen it. As soon as they would have seen this, she should have been banned. Again, roles reversed. A big hairy chested man, you know, a man coming out with a dainty little girl in, let's say, a school uniform with the pigtails and all that, looking like a little lolly anime character. Immediate ban, bro. Immediate ban. Even if it was the same with the BDSM, a girl doing this and a man sitting at his chair. Listen, we already know the dynamics. Someone said, I really miss when Twitch was actually used to stream video games and building communities of gamers and not just softcore corn. Another person said, I love kink and enjoying participating in kink spaces, but it just seems really disingenuous and strange. What's straight up fetish streamers on what's grammar, please? Supposed to be a 13+ website, but then also ban VTuber models who show hips or people who mention dual streaming. LMAO. So yeah, double standards, hypocrisy, cherry picking, and selective enforcement of the rules. We already understand this is not a fair, balanced playing ground for streamers. I mean, so it said Hassan shocking his dog also counted as innovation. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Twitch. Dan Clancy, clearly he's into this type of stuff publicly. I've seen things about Dan Clancy, you know, I guess having relations with a lot of, I'm not gonna say a lot, but rumors through the grapevine that he's had relations with female streamers in exchange for favors or overlooking particular activities happening on those streams. You know, quid pro quo. I scratch your back, you scratch my, well, can't say it on this video, but, and of course Morgie Pie came out saying WCEO, like, no shame. Someone said, you're a prostitute appealing to loser simps. You're not worth the napkins they beat off into. Yo, these comments are crazy, man. Honestly, bro. Yeah, apparently on the timeline, Morgie Pie also said just a girl and her little pet. So clearly she's moving out here with impunity. Yeah, here's this guy. Loser, what are you doing, bro, on stream, embarrassing yourself like this? Clearly, you know, publicize kinks and fetishes. Listen, I'm not a virtuous moral high grounder. I don't care. It's just don't do this on the platform on Twitch, where it's supposed to be like more of a family friendly environment. And that's my stance, right? I'm not a moral high grounder. I'm not perfect. I'm not a what do you call it, a prude. I'm just saying, like, time and place, context, and the fact that other creators have been banned for much less, like far less, is why a lot of people are upset about this. Not only because we don't want to see your kinks in public on stream, on the platform other people are trying to use to, you know, make a living by with playing video games and IRL content, but also people have been banned for far less, and I think that's why a lot of people are upset. But yeah, I think this needs to go. This needs to be banned outright, no matter who it's coming from, male or female, and that's just my stance on